Griswold gang, what is going on? Welcome back to the channel. I am Mr. Clark Griswold. Thank you guys for tuning in today for our watch list video. Guys, if you are new to the strat, new to trading, if you're new to this channel, or even if you're just struggling with your trading, this channel, this strategy is about to change the way that you guys trade in the stock market. Now, the first thing I need you guys to do is go down below, click that subscribe button, and then hit the bell. The bell is the important part. It gives you the notifications, sends you out notifications for when I send out videos just like this one every single day. I usually do a main watch list and a top 5 watch list. There's really only 10 plays that I found for Thursday, July 21st. So we're just going to go through those 10 plays. We'll look at them, and then we'll see how the market plays out on Thursday morning. Okay, you can find me on Twitter at Mr. Clark Griswold. If you guys have questions, you can DM me there. If you think they're silly or dumb, ask them anyways. I'll help you guys out. I'm here to help you guys out. So follow me on Twitter. I also put out plays throughout the day, possible setups for you guys to trade. And a couple other things. Number one, I use this platform here. It's called TradingView. If you guys are looking for a platform to use, if you don't have one, if you've never used TradingView before and you want to try it out, there's a link in the description below. That link will give you a free 30-day trial to TradingView. And then if you decide to purchase one of their subscriptions, it'll give you up to $30 off of that subscription with that link below, okay? So click on that link, get your free trial, and then if you enjoy it, you can use the get up to $30 off. Now, in saying that, we use TradingView. I have created a indicator for TradingView. It's called the Griswold Strat. You cannot find it in the indicator tab. You have to click on the link in the description. That will take you to where you can purchase the Strat indicator. It's a $25 one-time fee. You get the indicator for life. If we do any updates to it, you get the updates, okay? So that link is in the description below. You can also find it on my Twitter profile. There's a link there that will give you the link to the indicator, the one-on-ones that I complete with people to help you guys out a little bit more, and then the Griswold Gold memberships. With that Strat indicator, the Griswold Strat indicator, you get a bunch of things. These outside bars get painted white. The inside bars get painted yellow. You get this time frame continuity indicator. You get the candlestick numbers. What else? There's the Sarah Strat Sniper 50% rule indicators for the day, week, and month, and a bunch of other things, okay? So like I said, one-time fee, $25, you get it for life. Okay, I had something funny happen today. I saw a thing on Twitter saying, who saw the market rally today coming for SPY? Well, if you use broadening formations, guys, you would have saw it coming, because this is the broadening formation, and we had lower lows, higher highs, lower lows, and look at where we're headed, to higher highs. So do we get there tomorrow on SPY? I don't know, maybe. I'm gonna say if we trigger here, we're likely hitting this, this where are we gonna hit here? 398 mark. I'd say we'll hit tomorrow if we trigger to the high side. Okay, so you can look for that. This isn't necessarily one of the plays. I did play SPY twice today. And both of them were really good plays, 100% and 63%. And maybe I'll do a video on it. We'll see. But let's concentrate on this watch list for Thursday. One other thing I want to mention to you guys, when you watch these videos, you'll notice ads come up. What those ads do, those advertisers put those ads on and they pay to keep this stuff free for you guys. It keeps your money in your pocket, so you don't have to pay for a Discord to get all this information, okay? It keeps it free. So what I would ask you to do is when those ads roll through, let them play through, let them roll through, and that's what keeps this stuff free for you guys. So I appreciate you guys doing that in advance. It really helps out with the channel and helps me to, like I said, put this stuff out there for you guys for free and keep it out of a Discord. Not that there's anything wrong with Discords and people paying to be in a Discord, but I want to try and keep this stuff and what I'm doing here as free as possible for you guys, okay? YouTube's a great tool for education, and I'm trying to keep it free for everybody. So let's get started on the list. NEO, we'll start with, and I said there's only about 10 plays here. So NEO's the first one I've got on the list. NEO is an inside bar on the day, okay? And if you're new to the channel and you haven't seen any videos yet, I love the inside bars, and I will always tell anybody who is new to trading the strat or trading in general to trade off of inside bars. They're very easy to see, especially with the Griswold strat indicator, because they're painted yellow, plus they have these little IB tabs. So they're really, really simple to find, okay? So when we see an inside bar, if you have the Griswold strat indicator, when you see them, I want you to think of these yellow bars as a spring that's coiling and getting into a tightening range. And what we're looking for is for this next candle that doesn't exist yet to explode one direction or the other, either up or down past this candle. And if we can go back in time and look at previous inside bars and how they react, and if we trigger here off of this inside bar, we had a beautiful breakdown. And if we go look back to this next inside bar, we have a really, really nice break to the upside. Okay, I'll go back and try find one more here, and that's all. But here's the next one. Okay, a beautiful break to the upside. And I actually really, really love NEO. It's one of my favorite stocks because it tends to have these really, really big runs. Like you can see here from $20.60 all the way down to $19.50. So a dollar run, that's a 5% run just on common shares. Okay, so they tend to have these really, really big swings. Okay, so that's why, partially why I like them, but I'm also a long-term holder on NEO, so I like to keep it on my screen. But usually anytime there's a setup, I will be looking to play on NEO. Okay, so with this inside bar, we're looking for an explosion to one direction or the other. We're looking for this, what we would call a spring setup to explode into one direction or the other. So calls at $20.94, puts at $20.01. Okay, our time frame continuity is all red outside of the day today. So the higher probability trade off of this inside bar would be if it trends to the downside. Otherwise, we are basically against all time frame continuity with just this green. Now, again, we are closer to going 2 down than we are to 2 up. So we'll see what happens. I don't have a target to the upside. Let's put that in. I'll mark that green. So the target to the upside is 2110. The target to the bottom side is 1953. And you can call these targets, some people call them magnitude. You can call them pivot points. You can say this is where the bulls have their stop losses. You can say this is where the bears have their stop losses. Okay, it doesn't matter. And one of the reasons, guys, that the strat is so easy to trade is because the candlesticks, it's price action is what we're trading, but the candlesticks tell us exactly what to do, and there's nothing easier than that when someone tells you what to do. And this isn't someone, but it's something, and it's telling you how to trade this. Okay, it's telling you if we break to the downside and we have full time frame continuity, which we would, this is a highly probable trade. So we take our trigger here at $20.01, and it's telling us to take our profits right here at $19.53. And if it reverses on a smaller time frame, the candles are telling you, get out of the trade. And that's basically the strat in a nutshell. It's the candles tell you exactly what to do, and it's that simple. You just need to apply it and actually do it, and that is the hardest part. The hardest part is being able to cut your losses when the candlesticks are telling you that it's not going to work out. Okay, I'm getting a little off track here, but I just want you guys to realize that is the hardest part. You can jump in on a trade, and if it reverses on you, people start hoping that it comes back, and we can't trade on hope. Okay, you have to trade on what you know to be true. And if something reverses on you, you know that's true, get out of the trade. And if it reverses back the other way and it runs 60%, who cares? Okay? Your job as a trader is to manage your risk, manage your capital, manage your money. Okay? And when you get a gain, you take your gain. Okay, but the candlesticks tell you when to do that. Anyways, I'm getting off track here. Let's move on to the next one. If you have questions on that, leave them down below or DM me on Twitter. Okay, JP Morgan, guys, double inside bar. Part of the strat indicator, when we have double inside bars, I've got him to highlight the double inside bars in this blue color, okay? So it highlights the whole thing. So double inside bar is double consolidation for 2 straight days. So we have for 2 days, we're in a tightening range, okay? These inside bars don't break the high or the low of the previous candle. They stay within the previous range, and it's getting tighter and tighter and tighter. And that spring is getting tighter and coiling tighter and tighter, tighter, and getting ready to explode. And I've started to call this a stock market cheat code or a hack or magic beans. It doesn't work all the time, but let's go back on JP Morgan and see the last time that it happened. And it was in June, okay? June 22nd, actually June 3rd, sorry. And here's one here's what happened. So we opened, we came up, we triggered, and then we hit targets, okay? So this is what I'm saying, guys. You trigger here, you hit first targets here, that's your profit taking. You want to risk it and take a little bit more? Sure. But when it reverses, like this one did and came all the way back through, if you didn't sell when the candlesticks told you to sell, you lost the trade big time, okay? And like I said, it's the easiest part. It's also the hardest part to do, okay? So if you can get through that and learn how to manage your risk and manage your trades and just get out when you have to get out, you will be a lot further or farther ahead. Okay, so let's look at this double inside bar in JP Morgan. We take calls at 114.72. We can take puts at 113.51. Interesting to see how this one's going to play out because the month and the quarterly are green. I always say these are bonuses on day trades. I like to see the hourly and the daily and the weekly all the same color. For my day trades, I will still trade it on the hourly and the daily, but I like to see all 3 of these. It just gives me a higher probability. And then if the monthly, quarterly, and yearly, all those are bonuses if they're in the same direction as well. So again, this is a Wednesday, Tuesday, and Monday. So realistically, guys, if we trigger to the upside, this week is going to turn green, and we're going to have full time frame to the upside on JP Morgan outside of the year. And if it triggers to the downside, well, we're going to have the hourly, the daily, and the weekly. So either way, I think this is a good trade to look at, JP Morgan. I will mention if there's a lot of great trades that happen, but the spread between the bid and the ask, for me, if it's more than 5 to 10%, I'm not taking that trade. And that's just one of my personal rules. So that's why I like to trade things that are high liquidity, high liquid, like SPY and NEO. I believe AMC is the same way. American Airlines is like that. Coke, Keurig, Dr. Pepper, Lucid, a bunch of other ones. But I like to see those spreads between the bid and the ask like at a couple pennies. So if the bid is at 10 cents, I like to see the ask at 11. If the bid is at $1, I like to see the ask at like $1.01, $1.02. Okay, that's just my personal preference. And if that bid is at $1 and the ask is at $1.10, I'm probably not taking that trade. $1.05, I'll consider it. And that's kind of my max, and that's okay. You guys can take those trades, but for me personally, that's just something that I don't like to do. Okay, and that's a me thing. It doesn't have to be a you thing for you guys. Anyways, JP Morgan Chase, I think this is a good trade for tomorrow. BIDU had a 2 up that finished red, so we only broke the one side of the candle to the upside, so that's where the 2 up comes from. But we did finish red, okay? So when we have that, it gives us more probability that this thing is going to continue down for a 2 up, 2 down reversal. We do have the time frame continuity on our side, especially if this breaks. Everything is going to be red right across the board, so we can take triggers at $139 for put options, and then our first target is at $137.69. That's really good magnitude for BIDU. AMC, AMC is up next. AMC also has an inside bar. And again, guys, you can see off of these inside bars. Okay, remember what I told you? The candles tell us what to do. So we triggered off of this inside bar here. This candle is what we're looking at. Triggers here, hits targets, and comes back up. Okay, so did its job. Told us when to enter. It told us when to exit. It did what it was supposed to do. This inside bar, okay, we triggered, hit targets. I'd have to go back a little further to see where those other targets are, but in general, this inside bar was a great play. Here's another one. This inside bar was a really great play. Here's another one. This inside bar gapped down. Okay, so you would have had to play the gap on that. This inside bar, really nice break to the upside. Here's another one. Really nice break to the upside. They are high probability plays, and that's why and they're so easy to find, and that's why I tell newbies and newcomers that that's what they should concentrate on. One setup, one play, and that's the inside bars, whether it's a 2-1-2 or a 3-1-2 or a double inside bar, it doesn't matter. Those are the easiest plays, I believe, for newcomers to play. So again, on AMC, we can take calls at 1772, puts at 1634. If this trends to the upside, we've got really good time frame continuity to the upside on AMC. BAC is up next. BAC, that's Bank of America, has another inside bar with a tight range. Excuse me. We can take calls at 33.46, puts at 32.95, and full time frame to the upside if we trigger that way. So that's the higher probability trade. Just wanted to see if we have a new broadening formation here. I don't, but again, you can realistically draw these things off of higher highs to higher highs anywhere. And if you want to draw another one, say here. Whoops. There we go. To there. Okay, so lower low to a higher high. Lower low here, back up to a higher high, to a lower low, back up, and here we are ending up there. So does this continue to trend up to tag this? It's very, very likely, okay? So BAC, I believe, also has a great spread between the bid and the asks, usually something I'd be looking at tomorrow with this play. IBM is up next. We've only got about 5 more plays here, guys. I'll go through these fairly quickly. IBM has an inside bar on the daily, full time frame to the downside. Okay, so puts are more probable at 128.01, calls at 130.77. You have to go back to this point here. See how there's no wicks here? That's how we find the pivot points or the targets, okay? So there is a little one here. And then the next one, we have to go all the way back to here because there's nothing in this range until we get to this candle. So that's the next closest one for the second target. Twitter, TWTR. Zoom in here. Twitter has an inside bar. And time frame to the upside outside of the year. So calls at 40.01, puts at 38.85. WFC is Wells Fargo. Wells Fargo has an inside bar, and it's fairly tight. It's a small inside bar, which tells us we likely have good magnitude to to the upside or downside. The problem is to the upside we actually don't. It doesn't look that great. But we can take calls at 43.03, puts at 42.36. If we try and find the next target to the high side, we are way up here. Now, do I expect it to go up that high? Probably not. So again, you can go down to a smaller time frame if you like onto the hourly. If we do this, that is our trigger. That's our target. So I'm going to go down to the 30-minute. Where is that green line coming from? That's what I'm looking at. That's the first target. That's why I was confused. So we have one target there. The next target up top. Sorry, now we go back to the hourly. And we can find something within this range here. So then we can start knocking, oops, we can start knocking these targets out there and there and so on and so forth, okay? So if you can't find any, there's a pretty big gap, just hop down onto a smaller time frame and you can mark out those targets as well if that's what you'd like to do, okay? Two more here, guys. INTC, Intel Corporation, inside bar again on INTC. Full time frame to the upside outside of the year, so we can take calls at $40.67, puts at $39.56. There's target 1. Hop back here and we can mark target 2 right there. Okay? Simple, simple, easy, easy. You want to go back and look at the last inside bars that happened here. Here's one. And that's, I like to go back and show you guys these because they don't always work out, but probabilities are high that they do. Okay, so this one here, this was a gap down, it looks like, so probably wasn't a play. Wouldn't have been a play for me anyways. You could have played the 15-minute gap on that. Here's an inside bar. It's actually a 3-1 setup. I know that because of the colored bars, easy to spot, plus the highlighted indicator that we've got, all part of the Griswold strat. But here we are, break to the downside, a good run. This one, break to the downside, wasn't that great, but it still broke. Okay, here, triggers, targets times 2. Okay, here, inside bar, trigger, target. Okay, they do their jobs. You just have to make sure you are doing what they tell you to do. Like I said at the beginning of the video, the candlesticks tell you what to do. The quicker you learn that, the better off you'll be, the more profitable you will be. Okay, last one we're going to go through here is AAL. It's American Airlines. American Airlines I have on here for, not because there's a red candle that's a 2 up that finished red. The reason I've got American Airlines on here is this broadening formation, and we've tagged it. Okay, we're to the top of this broadening formation, so what that means is we're in possible or potential exhaustion risk. Okay, being at the top of that, we are in earnings right here, but what I'm saying is, if you look at this broadening formation, I'll zoom out a little bit. So we've got lower lows to higher highs to lower lows to higher highs, okay? So at some point, this thing's either going to break through this or we are going to reverse off of this, okay? If we reverse, it is against time frame continuity, but it's due to exhaustion risk and being at the top of this broadening formation. So that's why I've got it on here. You can look at this. If we do trigger to the downside, you can jump in on this play with puts, okay? This green line here at 14.88, I wouldn't take as my first target because it's only 2 cents. This would be my first target down here to the downside, and I'd be looking for this thing to come back potentially down to here. Now we might only come down into this range and then reverse back up, and that's just that would just be a different broadening formation within this one that we've already drawn here. But this is why I left American Airlines on here, was because we did tag the top of this, and I'm going to look for a reversal on American Airlines. So that's the reason, guys. That's the list. Follow me on Twitter. Subscribe down below. Hit the bell. Make sure you're purchasing that Griswold Strat indicator to help you guys out as much as possible. And that's it. Good luck trading Thursday, guys. I hope you're green. I hope you guys do really well. That's all I want for you guys, is to become better traders, more consistent traders. I want you guys to be able to change your family trees, build your income, build your profits, so you guys can do whatever you want to do with your lives. Okay, and this YouTube, the Strat, this channel is hopefully giving you guys all those roadmaps to be able to do that, because that is what matters in life, guys, is being able to do what you want to do with your life because you want to do it. So learn this stuff, do it, it works, and we'll see you on the next one, guys. Bye-bye.